give you a little history, back in 2012, after the tragic events in Newtown, Connecticut at Sandy Hook, we came together and created active shooter countermeasures training for teachers and staff members, right? And the purpose of the training was to prepare them, not for them to be paranoid, but to be prepared. Preparation is so important. Try to prevent anything from happening. If something does occur, mitigate it, and just the risk reduction and all those kind of things. And then working a little while after that with school transportation, we created back in 2014 the same type of training for school bus drivers. Our drivers have such a huge responsibility. They're driving a bus with a lot of children on it, and they're having to traverse the roadways of a number of hazards that occur out in the community as they're traversing, across the county. And then so they have so much to do, and we wanted to make sure that we're providing the best training we can to help them. They have such an incredible track record of keeping our children safe, but we're always, as a local law enforcement organization, it's incumbent upon me as a sheriff and as in our department to do our best to help increase that partnership and to continue to help protect them and educate them. And for the little things, it may not be an act of violence, it may be a suspicious activity, it may be how do you, we're teaching them what is the best way to communicate. And some of the training that we're teaching them is CIT training that we receive when we're dealing with folks who are going through a crisis, who are suffering from mental illness. So we're able to give them some of that training and help them where they can, potentially de-escalate a potential violent encounter.
Well, and we do fire drills and we do all that kind of things. This just makes perfect sense in the day. It's too bad we have to do this, but it's the world we live in now, Sheriff.
Right, absolutely. And then in a school environment, it's more of a controlled environment. There's more adults around. There's more supervision. But for a school bus driver, unless they're transporting children with special needs, they're there alone. They're normally the only adult on board, and with everything that they're required to do, even trying to, you can't screen every student that comes on. So if there's some type of potential violence going on, or if there's a weapon on board, or if somebody's breaching a bus who's unauthorized, or if even just dealing with an angry person, what can we do? What kind of tools can we give them to help them be prepared to make the best of a bad situation?
Well, and Sheriff, you talk so much about wanting, you need eyes around the community. You just don't have enough officers to be everywhere. This is more eyes.
Oh, absolutely. We have such an incredible community here. We live in a great place, Stafford County. A lot of wonderful people. Everyone can get around our safety for children and students, and this is one of the things that we're doing today. And also, when people, if they see something suspicious, we encourage them to call us and let us know. Don't hesitate, and that way, at least we can get in. We can get there and look into it to make sure everybody's protected.
Boy, in Stafford County, this department has been so good at doing this kind of pre-training. So when something comes up, you've got some recall of, hey, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Right, yeah. It's very important because we don't want your first time to be your first time.
Yeah.
And what we mean by that in training is you may not be able to physically rehearse it, but if you can at least run through the what-ifs and the scenarios through your mind, at least maybe your subconscious is somewhat prepared. Simple thing like being in the seat of a bus and you have to get up as the driver, quickly unbuckling your seatbelt and positioning your body in the right way, or making sure you're communicating through the window and not allowing people who are unauthorized to go through the door of the bus. And there's a number of things that we're teaching, and they're all already trained. We're just trying to enhance the training and enhance the partnership, because it's all about us coming together, as a community and keeping our students and our children protected and safe.
Pre-Columbine, we could have never imagined this kind of training, but it's great that you're trying to prepare for every possible scenario.
Yeah, we try to draw from those tragic events, and we try to learn. And there's been a lot of paradigm shifts. With the Columbine, law enforcement across the country has changed their approach to how you deal with an active shooter or someone who's committing an act of violence in schools.
Because you used to wait, didn't you? Law enforcement would wait.
Yeah, we would wait, put up at law enforcement across the country. You would contain it and wait for a tactical team. And now, if anything is occurring at a school, we're going right in, and we're trained. Our department is trained. Our men and women in law enforcement train on these type of issues and scenarios. So we're prepared to get in quickly because we're racing against the clock.
Well, I would think that these school bus drivers have to be thrilled with just the opportunity to learn what they're learning today.
Oh yeah, it's an incredible bond that we have, and the training is so important. I don't want anyone to be alarmed. There's no a risk here that we're concerned about, but we always want to be prepared. And as simple as just if somebody's passing through and they're not paying attention, there's somebody going through and they're letting kids on and off the bus. What's the best way to capture that information and get it to us? Or if it rises to a level of a potential violent person, how do you get that information to us quickly? And they have direct communications with us through their radios that they have on board.
Well, thank you for doing this, Sheriff. This is great stuff.
Thank you.